Welcome to our thrilling series on the auxiliaries dare and used, as well as the modal verbs will and should for making guesses. In this all-inclusive guide, we'll dive into how these adaptable words can help you express bravery, talk about past habits, show familiarity, and share your thoughts about what's happening now, what happened before, and what might happen in the future. Get ready to boost your language skills and communicate with more accuracy and self-assurance. So, grab a pen and paper, and let's jump in. Section 1. Dare, the courageous semi-modal verb. First up, let's explore how dare acts as a semi-modal verb. When you use dare in a positive sentence, it behaves like a regular verb. In the present tense, you'll say dare for I, you, we, and they, and dares for he, she, and it. In the past tense, everyone uses dared. But here's where things get interesting. When you want to make a negative sentence or ask a question with dare, you have two choices. You can either treat it like a regular verb or like a modal auxiliary. Let's look at the negative forms first. In the present tense, you can say, I do not dare, you do not dare, and so on, treating dare as a regular verb. Or you can use the modal form and say, I dare not, you dare not, and so on. It's the same in the past tense. I did not dare, or I dared not. For questions, you can ask, do I dare? Or does he dare? In the present tense, and did they dare? In the past tense, using the regular verb form. Or you can use the modal form and ask, dare we? Or dared they? When you use do or did in negative sentences or questions, you usually put the infinitive with to after dare, like he doesn't dare to challenge the champion. But in casual speech, people often leave out the to. On the other hand, when you use dare as a modal auxiliary in negative sentences or questions, you put the infinitive without to after it. Like, dare we ask for a raise? Or, they dared not question his authority. To compare, a more formal sentence would be, she didn't dare to contradict her boss, using dare as a regular verb. A less formal version would be, she dared not contradict her boss, using dare as a modal auxiliary. Now it's your turn. Try making your own sentences using dare as a regular verb and as a modal auxiliary in positive, negative, and question forms. Section 2. Idiomatic expressions with dare. Unlocking the secrets. Now, let's uncover some idiomatic expressions that use dare. I dare say has two main meanings. First, it can mean I suppose or I think it's likely. For example, I dare say they'll be late, considering the traffic. Second, it can mean I accept what you say, but it doesn't change the situation. Imagine a tourist saying, but I always drive on the left back home, and a police officer replying, I dare say you do, but here we drive on the right. Keep in mind that I dare say is only used with I. Another expression is, how dare you, he, they, which shows that you're angry or shocked by someone's actions. You might say, how dare you read my diary without permission, or how dared he accuse me of lying. Lastly, dare can be used as a regular transitive verb, which means it's followed by an object. In this case, it means to challenge someone to do something brave. For instance, his friends dared him to jump off the high dive. Here, dare is followed by an object, him, and the full infinitive with to jump. Now it's your turn to practice. Create a dialogue using the expressions I dare say and how dare you, he, they, to show how they're used in context. Section 3. Used. The unique defective verb. As a verb, used is quite special because it doesn't have a present tense form. It's always used in the past tense, and its main job is to describe habits, routines, or situations that happened in the past but don't happen anymore. In positive sentences, you always use used for all persons. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. When you use used as a verb, you always put the full infinitive with to after it. That's why people often say used to together. For example, you might say, she used to live in New York before moving to London, or they didn't used to enjoy hiking, but now they go every weekend. There are two main ways to use used to. First, it can express a habit or situation from the past that doesn't happen anymore and is different from the present. Second, it can describe a routine or pattern from the past, often involving a series of actions, like, every morning she used to wake up early, go for a jog, and then make breakfast for her family. In this second use, you can often replace used to with would to describe past routines. But remember, you can't use would to express discontinued habits or to contrast the past and the present. To compare, they used to go to the beach every summer emphasizes a discontinued habit, while they would go to the beach every summer emphasizes a past routine. Now it's your turn. Write a paragraph about your childhood using used to describe habits, routines, and situations from the past that have changed. Section 4. Used. The adjective of familiarity. In addition to being a verb, used can also be an adjective that means accustomed or familiar. When you use used as an adjective, it comes after the verbs be, become, or get in any tense, and it's followed by the preposition to and a noun, pronoun, or gerund. For example, you might say, I am used to the noise of the city. They will quickly become used to working with the new software. Or, she got used to driving on the left side of the road after living in the UK for a few months. The phrase be, become, get used to describes how comfortable or familiar a person is with a particular situation or activity. So, if you say, I am used to working long hours, it suggests that you have experience working long hours and don't find it troublesome or unusual.
Auxiliaries, they dare, showing courage here and there. Use for habits past in view, language-rich words we use. Dare and use, make it clear, in our speech year by year. Auxiliaries, modals do, guide our words tried and true. Modal verbs will and should, guess the future as we would. Past and present, guess with ease, grammar rules we seize. Dare and use, make it clear, in our speech year by year. Auxiliaries, modals do, guide our words tried and true. Of the past, routine actions, memories last. Get used to familiar sights, grammar strong in our rights. Dare and use, make it clear, auxiliaries, modals too, guide our words tried and true. Practice these, use with pride, grammar's friend by your side, clear and strong, every line, language bright, let it shine.